Washington. Roger Stone, a longtime advisor and confidant of President Trump, pleaded not guilty Tuesday to felony charges in the Russia investigation after a publicity-filled few days spent slamming the probe as politically motivated. The political operative and self-described dirty trickster faces charges that he lied to lawmakers, engaged in witness tampering and obstructed a congressional investigation into possible coordination between Russia and Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. He was uncharacteristically quiet during Tuesday's brief court appearance, rising to his feet to say, "Yes, Your Honor," as U.S. Magistrate Judge Deborah Robinson asked if he would agree to the conditions of his release, including restricted travel. Stone attorney Robert Bushell entered the plea on his client's behalf. The voluble Stone, 66, held no press conference as he arrived and departed the courthouse amid dueling chants of "Lock him up" and "We love Roger." He waved and smiled to the small crowd, some holding up glowing photos of him, and he largely ignored a group of protesters carrying signs reading, "Dirty Traitor." The Beatles, back in the USSR, blared from speakers outside the courthouse. Although large crowds surrounded him as he was driven away in a black SUV, Stone was more subdued than during the circus-like atmosphere of his Friday court appearance, when he emerged in a blue polo shirt, flashed a Richard Nixon victory sign, predicted his vindication and vowed that he would not bear false witness against the president, "Nor will I make up lies to ease the pressure on myself." Stone, who was arrested last week at his Florida home, is the sixth Trump aide charged in special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. The indictment does not accuse Stone of coordinating with Russia or with WikiLeaks on the release of hacked Democratic emails. But it does allege that he misled lawmakers about his pursuit of those communications and interest in them. The anti-secrecy website published emails in the weeks before the 2016 presidential election that the U.S. says were stolen from Democrats by Russian operatives. Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker said Monday that the investigation is close to being completed, although an exact timetable is unclear. Mueller continues to be interested in hearing from Stone aide Andrew Miller, who is fighting a grand jury subpoena, indicating the special counsel could be pursuing additional criminal charges against Stone or others related to the release of hacked material during the 2016 election by WikiLeaks, its founder, Julian Assange, and the online persona Guccifer 2.0. Paul Kaminer, Miller's attorney, said Mueller's team notified him of their continued interest late Monday. Miller defied the grand jury subpoena last summer and took his challenge of Mueller's authority to a federal appeals court. A three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia has yet to rule in the case. Mueller's team and lawyers with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia are jointly prosecuting the case against Stone. They did not push for Stone to be jailed or for Robinson to impose a gag order in the case. He remains free on $250,000 bond. Stone, who has alleged without evidence that the FBI used Gestapo tactics in arresting him, has said he did nothing more than exercise his First Amendment rights to drum up interest with voters about the WikiLeaks disclosures. He has also denied discussing the issue with Trump. "That's what I engaged in. It's called politics and they haven't criminalized it, at least not yet," Stone said Sunday on ABC's This Week. "All I did was take publicly available information and try to hype it to get it as much attention as possible, because I had a tip the information was politically significant and that it would come in October," he added.